Hello.
Good morning. Greeting from KLCC at Kuala Lumpur. My name is Seow Kong. I'm an ultra runner and I'm also the organizer of the top Penang Komtar Tower Run. So together with me this morning, we have Mr. Wai Ching. I think a lot of you know Wai Ching. He has, through his own efforts, over a very short time has become the world #1 tower runner. So we are very honored, and today we will have a chance to interview Wai Ching to get him to share his idea about tower running and also his journey so far. So Wai Ching, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Seow Kong. Good morning to the top Penang Komtar Tower Run participants. I hope to see you guys there. And I'm so honored to be here to share about my tips and my training for the upcoming Tower Run, which also the Malaysia National Championship Tower Running competition on the 8th of January in Komtar, Penang.
Hey,
Let's kickstart.
I think has kindly introduced our event already. Yeah, some promotion for us. So let's start with these things here. Yeah, I'm an ultra runner. I run for a long time. Yeah? But tower running, it doesn't seem to take that long a time, yeah, to finish.
Correct.
So precisely what exactly is tower running?
So tower running to me personally is like a sport that I admire, that I love. It's like a challenge whereby you need to climb a lot of steps to the top of the building. So by climbing up the stairs, you're constantly challenge yourself, like the whole thing, keep on repeating without lots of nice views. Like unlike running on the road, it's like you've got nice view, but in the stairs, it's purely the challenge about yourself. And most of the time, we were being flagged off individually. So it's you against yourself and the time that you have to make sure you finish strong, that you give all the energy that you have towards the end and you collapse. So that is the fulfillment that I felt when I compete in the race. So that's what we do in our life. Whatever things we do in our life, we need to give all out with what we have at that point of time. So we leave no regret. That's tower running means to me. It's a very tough, challenging sport because it's not that it's not a normal sport. It's not like a usual sport like badminton and any other thing, but it's way challenging in a way we want to get more people to challenge themselves every day.
Very different from ultra running, sure. I see you, most of the time you are not in the country.
Yeah.
Flying around the world, competing with a lot of power, running races. So just for curiosity's sake, what is the global scene like, for tower running? What is happening outside there, outside of Malaysia? We will come back to Malaysia later on, but what is really going on in other countries?
So to share with you guys, I've been to about 33 countries around the world for all these competitions. It's quite big, the community around the world, like in US, in China, because the population is huge. And in China, there are so many competitions. There are so many competitions that the number of people is just like can go to maximum as fast as possible. Like when the organizer open up the registration, people just sign up and within half a day it's full. Some of the competition they need to go through the ballot progress to actually pick the participants. So it's a hot cake, it's like a hot cake, hot cake shop overseas, and they are strong. Or some they do have cash prize, some they don't. But most of them are being held in the iconic skyscraper, like the Space Needle, the Empire State Building, the Eiffel Tower in China, they have Shanghai Tower, Beijing. All these skyscrapers, the top 10 in the world, most of them are having competition. So overseas, globally are quite big. Japan as well, now is building up. They have Tokyo Tower, Tokyo Skytree. All these are amazing buildings. So people want to promote that building, that landmark, to make it like an annual event. So I see the potential in Malaysia. I'm so glad that Seow Kong become our organizer on organizing our Malaysia National Championship in Komtar, which Komtar is the tallest building in Penang, in the north part of Malaysia. So we are so excited, and the 68th floor is very challenging, to be honest.
Thank you. So we have right behind us also the Twin Tower. It's supposed to be the world's what?
Tallest
Twin Tower, huh?
Yeah.
So, looks like, we also have a great future, but what exactly is it like now in Malaysia? What is your vision, for Malaysia tower running? Given that we also have some, well, not exactly skyscraper all the time, but still pretty tall tower like the Komtar 68th floor. Yeah, it's pretty challenging as well. So the Malaysian scene.
So from my point of view, from my perspective, I think in Malaysia we have a potential to definitely grow the sport. Especially in KL, we do have so many tall buildings. Iconic one like the recent one, Merdeka 118, which is going to complete by next half of the year. So they already contacted us whereby they want to host like an international competition. So we're gonna send invitation out to the world class power runner to come to Malaysia and compete. And I see there's a huge potential to grow definitely. We are trying our best, we are doing our best to get the building permission to host as much event as possible. From the association perspective, we are planning to have at least 8 to 10 competitions next year. Regardless big or small scale, we want to build the community out. We are inviting you guys to come and take this sport and try it out. Because this sport is like very easy, you don't need any equipment, you just need a pair of shoes, and I don't need a shoe to be honest with you. I just wear a shoe socks. I can just run up like a vibrant 5-finger like Seow Kong used to have. So technically you just need you yourself and the staircase. So it's like a easiest, a very friendly, and it doesn't cost so much to just climb up the building. So that is the potential in Malaysia, especially we have a lot of stairs everywhere, in the MRT, in the LRT, so people can actually take the stairs regularly.
You have just kind of described how ordinary people can make the switch, to tower running. I wonder how your own switch is like. I think we have known each other for some years now.
Yeah.
I used to train with you in UM.
Yes, correct. We ran together.
Yeah, and then at that time I remember you were still more of like a 10K runner. Yeah, and sometimes you're doing shorter, but it's more like 10K. You're very focused.
Yeah.
So why and when you take the switch to tower running, and then can you also describe us the journey, to the top of the ranking in the world, in such a short time?
So for me, my switch begins in 2017. Was begin in 2017 where one of the runner, Jeffrey Ross, so the Scottish runner, we are close friends. We do a lot of 10K, 5K runs. So I always beat him in all these 5K, 10K. And then he wanted to challenge me in something, then he wanted to beat me in something. So then he was the KL Tower 2015 veteran champion. So he climbed out that very fast time. So then he wanted to challenge me on that in 2017. He sent me an invitation. Then I was like, at that point of time, I'm doing sports science in University of Malaya. So I was like, why not? Because I always love challenge. And climbing up the stairs it's fun and it's tough. So let's take this up. And then with a month of training preparation, I managed to kind of beat him in the KL Tower Tour 2017. I'm happy with that. And because of that, I see my potential in the sport. Then I told myself, why not I use the prize money that I won from the KL Tower to fund myself to travel overseas for competition. Because I found out there are lots of competition in China, in US, in Asia. So then it's like, okay, to China it's possible because the flight is not that expensive. So I won about 5,000 ringgit from that competition in 2017. So then I spent that money to travel and to see where I rank among the world-class tower runner. So that's how all it kickstart. And then I met the world number one in Beijing, the Beijing vertical run in the China World Summit Week, whereby he beat me by like 1 minute 40 seconds. It's a huge margin in the stairs, 82 floor. So I told myself, I need to be more stronger. I need to train even more because even though I'm the best in Malaysia, but I wasn't the best in the world. So I have the mentality to be the world champion, to be the world number one because he is the world number one. So I always look him up and I want to beat him in one day. That's my goal in my career. So then I told myself 3 years time I'm gonna beat him. And eventually, after 3 years, we have been competed for 21 competitions. he beat me 20 competitions, and I only beat him once, which is right before the pandemic in February in Dubai. I beat him once with just 2 seconds difference. So he is so disappointed with his performance, and he remember what he told me 3 years ago that he's gonna retire because after I beat him. That's the funny part of it. But I told him, I said, no, not so soon. Don't retire first. Train stronger, come back again, we race. Because I beat you only one time and it's not enough. So I need to beat you more. So that's a plan. And I hope he's coming back right now. So hopefully next year he will be back. And we shall meet again in some big competition. Hopefully in Malaysia we're gonna have a big one. Yeah, that's all the journey begin. I love challenges, and therefore I decided to make the switch to compete with the world class tower runner.
But is that switch easy? I mean, after running on the road for so long, and suddenly, you are climbing upstairs, and you have to learn how. Is there any technical differences between road running and tower running? What do people need to know? How do they train? How do you train?
For the ordinary runner, for people who run casually every week, it's not that hard to switch to tower running. In one way, I would suggest them to do some hill repeats, like run up the hill and then walk back down, recovery, then go up again. Hill repeats are essential, need to build a stronger quads. Because going up the stairs, you use quads a lot. You go 2 steps at one time, you use the railing to pull yourself upwards. That is the, I would say, the efficient way to go up a building with less energy spent and you can last longer. And to be honest, we don't run all the way up. 68th floor, we don't run all the way. We walk fast as we can, and maintain a 2 steps at one time. Stay focused on that. If you walk 2 steps at one time and you use the handrail regularly, and you try to walk as fast as you can, without exhausting yourself from the very beginning, but walk at a pace that you can last for 5 minutes, that is good enough for you to keep on to that pace. It's like 80 to 90% of the effort. Keep on that. I believe you'll be able to finish the Komtar within 12 minutes. Trust me. For ordinary runner side, some runner they might don't like the hill most of the time. They might always complain that the hills in the competition and all that, they're gonna cost them more energy to spend run up the hill. So my advice to them, not just running up the hill repeat, they can also do some training in their residential condo or apartment staircase or even a public staircase by walking up 2 steps at one time to see how it feels like, and use the railing. Like the park in Lake Garden, like the park in, even in Penang Hill is a good place to train for the Penang folks, because Penang Hill, run up the Penang Hill, lots of stairs through the Heritage Trail. I personally love that place. If I stay in Penang every day, that will be my to-go place, and it's a very nice place to train. You can do like a short burst, run up 1 minute, you set a 1 minute alert on your watch. You just run up 1 minute and then you recover for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then you run out again 1 minute and you rest 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure you rest enough, then you go again. Or you can walk fast for 2 minutes, then you rest 3 minutes. Things like that. You can play with that. Prepare yourself for the Komtar Tower run.
Okay. So Wai Ching has kindly given us some very useful training tips already, without us asking. Those people who have signed up for Komtar Tower Run, especially those staying in Penang, you have the benefit of this heritage trail. There are a lot of steps for you to climb. So that's a good training ground. So some people may ask, we always want to lead a healthy lifestyle.
Correct.
Running is also a healthy lifestyle.
Correct.
And then of course some people say, running is not so good for your knee. So I don't want to focus on the knee issue, because after running for over 40 years, my knee is still basically quite good. I can still run until this day.
Correct.
So what are the health benefits of tower running in comparison?
So being a sports science graduate from University of Malaya, I know about the sport. I study about the biomechanics in sport. So running and tower running, let's do comparison, a quick one. So running is like horizontally, tower running vertically. So running on the road, if you're running regularly on the tar road, depends on the surface that you run on. If you run on the field, that's fine. You can run like all day. But Of course, not all the time, like 24 hours you run non-stop. You're running on the grass on the field. The field is soft, so it absorbs the energy that comes from you when you land on every step. So indirectly, there's no how to say the reaction force going back to you, to your knee, to your ankle, or to your back. So that is very safe. However, if you don't really run on the field and you went and run straight away, like running on the sand, the same thing, you feel the soreness on your calf. That's normal because most of the time we don't really use our calf that much to run. Most of the time we use our quads and our glutes. Yeah, at that point, so you don't engage much about your calf, therefore you have the calf soreness. But it's a normal thing. After a few days, you keep on doing it. After 2 days, you rest, or 1 day you rest, you go again on the sand, on the field. Your calf will eventually stronger to withstand that. But if running on the road regularly, the tar road is solid, and that's not gonna absorb your impact. Whenever you land, that's 3 to 4 times your body weight on one leg. Without a strong foundation, and you keep on doing it, especially for the weekend warrior, for those who Monday to Friday they rest, Saturday, Sunday they run a lot, that's gonna cause them injury if they do not know how to run at the right technique. So overstriding, things like that, gonna cause the reaction force way higher to the body, and eventually your knee or your ankle, you feel the stiffness, and if you don't go and take care of it, like stretch it after the run, you will have the injury leading up eventually. So my point is that running is good, depends on where you run, and of course the shoe as well, the shoe choice. Make sure you know the right choice for you, for your type, foot type and all that. But in other way, when you do tower run, I will guarantee a 95% kind of injury free if you don't how to say you climb consistently 2 steps at one time or 1 step at a time, but take the lift down or walk back down slowly. Let's say if there's no lift, like the 7th floor apartments, you take the lift might be longer time than you walking down the stairs. So I would advise you to walk down the stairs for that option. Walk slowly, step by step. Don't run fast now, because running down the stairs fast, that's gonna cause you injury. And the competition for us, tower running, is only run up. You don't run down the stairs. So that's what I said, 90 to 95% safe, injury free, unless you run down the stairs. That's gonna cause you injury as well if you don't have a strong foundation. So, and walking up the stairs, a lot of health benefits. You burn more calories than you walking on the park. With equivalent, with the same amount of time spent, 10 minutes walking on the park is like when you walk up the stairs 10 minutes non-stop, that is equal to double the calories burn, double or triple the calories burn than you walking on the park. So walking up the stairs is more efficient sport. For people with less time, I would encourage you guys to try walking up the stairs, because you burn more calories with sweat bucket. You have the hormone, the happy hormone, the endorphin, all that released to your body, because you feel the intense, the sweat that's gonna, you feel so great after you climb the stairs. And that's one thing. The second benefit is that, like I've mentioned, stairs are everywhere. You don't need a tall building if you don't get access to, but you can keep on climb up a park staircase and you walk back down. You repeat the whole thing. That also will help you a lot, especially to build a stronger glute. So many things you can do with, and it's low cost. And if you've got access to a condominium or apartment flat staircase, it's 24/7. The stair is open for you to climb. So regardless of weather in Malaysia, the weather is like raining all the time. So it's like you don't care about the sunshine, the heavy sunlight. You don't care about the weather, raining, thunderstorm. It doesn't matter. You can still do your training. So I would say it's a very good training for everyone, for people who stay in a high-rise building. They can also go and visit their friend to get their friend to join them together to climb the stairs. So in Penang, I see so many tall, high-rise apartments are being building up. So it's a good opportunity to do that, to try that sport.
Okay, rain or shine, day or night, you can do tower running, you can stair climbing.
Yes.
And I suppose when you do stair climbing, when you're climbing up, your heartbeat will be faster.
Correct.
Right? So that's why your metabolism is higher. That's why you sweat more, that's why you burn more calories. Yeah? And also, by going up, you are actually against the gravity. So you don't have so much impact on your knee.
Yes, you're right.
Because you're just putting your foot up there and you're pushing. If you have a strong quads, and glutes, you pull yourself up, and that's all. It's not like coming down.
Correct. It's like going up also because of against gravity. Your body pulls you down all the time when you're climbing up. So you won't lift up a higher leg and then you land hard. No, because that's not gonna helps you in the long run. So you won't do that. Human body are very smart. They will go the easiest way to reach the target. So therefore, in every step you climb, you will make sure you lift just high enough to land and you continue. So the impact is least, like what exactly Seow Kong said. Going up, it's very good for your lower body strength and it builds your stability as well. And to share with you a fact, a lot of the elderly that we read on the newspaper and also based on the research shown, many elderly they pass away because they're unable to balance themselves. They sleep and then they just fell like that. So imagine if you have a stronger legs with a stronger stability, you can grab on something easily, like your subconsciously, when you climb a lot of stairs, suddenly you slip, your hand will straight away go left and right to catch, to grab the handle, to support yourself, and your legs are much stronger, and you engage your glutes when you climb the stairs. So most of the time, if you run casually, you run a lot, even if you do leisurely run, you might not know how to engage your glutes. Many runners I see, they run, it's like they go, they do not know how to activate their glutes before their run. Therefore, glutes is the biggest muscle that we have in our body. So if you don't use it, we lose it. So walking up the stairs, you ensure you to use your glutes at all times, especially you go 2 steps at one time. So imagine you fell, you got a strong glutes to support you. So that is very safe for you. Don't worry, your glutes is good enough to support your body weight, can absorb the impact because it's strong after tower running sport. So many benefits, and tower running is a total body workout. You use the handrail to pull yourself upwards. So indirectly strengthen your forearm and all that. So it's a whole body workout. It burns.
So Wai Ching, do you use 2 hands or just 1 hand to hold up when you hold the wheel?
There are many techniques, individual preference. For me, I'm okay with both hands, but for my point of time right now, I prefer a single hand with another hand on my quads. So it's like I felt I want to give my quads like a boost to stable myself as fast as possible. It depends on which direction you are turning. Let's say the Komtar Tower, if I'm not mistaken, is an anti-clockwise stairs. So it's turning left. Therefore, I'll use a lot my left hand to grab the rail to pull myself upwards. On the right hand, I will probably put on my quads. Or if the stairs, they have 2 sides of the rail, you can use both sides, which is even better. And the Komtar stair is very nice in a way that it's like a fast, rich building. We call it efficient building because it's 20, 20, 20, 20. So it's like 20 steps, 1 floor. 20 steps, 1 floor. The regular stairs is like 10, 10, 1 floor. So you got lots of turns. So for Komtar, it's like 34 floor. If it's 68, you divide it by 2. It's only 34. From the ordinary, it's just the stairs is a bit too long. That's the tricky part. You just have to tell yourself that the number goes on very fast and you keep on climbing. Eventually it will reach, and the last 5 floors give your best. That's the technique, that's the tip I can share, that I always use it in all my competition around the world.
Okay, very good. Thanks for helping to clear the misconception that some of our communities they have on steps.
Yes.
When they think of steps, then they immediately think that it's bad for our knees. Which is not true.
Correct.
So in fact, there's a lot of health benefits to that as well. Some people commented in the Facebook thread, that my knee and soil and things like that. So I think we would like to clear that misunderstanding. So I know that you have founded this Malaysian Towerrunning Association. In fact, our Komtar Run is also sanctioned by MTA.
Correct.
And also MTA has appointed this event to be the national championship for 2022.
Yes.
So please tell us, why we have this association. Of course, they certainly have some objective and some vision
Correct.
that you would like to achieve.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for the association standpoint that we appointed Komtar Tower, the top Penang Komtar Tower Run as the Malaysia the national championship competition. Why we want to do that? Because we want to get more talent from Malaysia to represent Malaysia and travel overseas to Taipei 101 in May next year for the World Championship event. We make it as a national championship, and the best male and female from Malaysia Towerrunning Association standpoint, we will sponsor them fully, the flight ticket and the accommodation and the travel, everything, to this Taipei 101 for like 3 days, 2 nights to compete there, to represent Malaysia. I mean, it's not just not just me. I might be the winner on that day, but I would give that chance to the second runner who come after me. So the best man, the best woman will be sponsored, and we will train them regularly. We will share with them the training guides and all that. We will do whatever we can to train them, and also we are the association. The function of the main association is to actually regulate the sport, to govern the sport in Malaysia. We are registered under the sport commissioner, and we want this sport to be fair, fun, exciting, challenging. And it fits all our criteria right now in Malaysia. We have a lot of tall buildings. Why not we fully utilize it and make it, we open up the stairs and let people to climb regularly. So it's a good sport, and we want this sport to be all over the world eventually. And in 5 years time, we want the sport to be included in the SEA Games, Southeast Asian Games in 2027, where Malaysia is going to be the host for SEA Games. So that's our 5 years project, and we are going to have many states association as well. Like in Penang, once we have the Komtar Tower, the Penang, the top tower run, we want to form a state association there. So participants, people like you guys who enjoy tower run, you guys can join us we can promote the sport together. And another fact to share with you guys that Malaysia have about 60%, almost 60% overweight obese. After the pandemic, it's like that solid number. We need to fix that. So by walking up the stairs is a very safe, very healthy, very, I would say, injury-free, 95% above. So you can use this opportunity to get a healthy body and a strong mindset, strong mentality. When you climb the stairs, it's all about you. So it's either you want to give up or you can keep on climbing. So I would say that's our vision. We want the sport to become a community sport, whereby in the weekend, people will ask Seow Kong, let's go and climb stairs. Let's do some repeats on the stairs. Let's challenge ourselves. And the stairs conditions are very safe. It's like you don't need to worry so much that people, like the people come to rob you, or people to come and take advantage of you. No, it's in your stairs, it's in your building. So I see the advantage of doing stairs is a lot more. So don't waste the place. For participants who are staying in a high-rise condo, try this sport. You might love it, and you can listen to podcasts, listen to music when you climb the stairs. That's also one benefit. You don't need to worry there's a car behind you when you run. So stairs is very safe.
Okay. Well, sounds like I need to cancel my retirement plan and start training. So I would like to go to Taipei 101 or SEA Games.
Yeah, definitely. Taipei 101, it will be a good spot to in May, the first week of May. It's on Sunday. That's going to be the World Championship for tower running sport. You get to see so many people, about approximately 3,500 or even 4,000 people taking part every day. So at one point it go up to 5,000 people, and the registration is very fast. It's like within half a day. They open at lunchtime, they close it by 6 p.m. So within 6 hours, the 5,000 slot just pick up completely. And good thing for you guys, if you guys are into the stairs after the Komtar, you guys want to try Taipei 101, let me know. Sign up to be the members of the World Association or to join us. I can get you a slot to do that. Okay, so do your best, train hard, and get ready for the Komtar. I'm gonna see you guys in Komtar, and also on the 27th of November, I'll be in Komtar Tower to lead a session. I'll do a sharing session in the Komtar Tower at level 60. But the information we'll confirm as soon as possible, and we share with you guys on our Facebook page. So please do come and get your friends to join. I'm gonna share like a theory session, theory part of it, and also the stair session. There will be like a mini trial run, so for you to have a look, have a heads up on how the stairs looks like in Komtar. So join us and like our Facebook page. event page.
Okay.
Thank you, Seow Kong.
And all the best to MTA, and then we look forward to see you either at the workshop or the event itself, the power run for Komtar.